Michelle Obama is an American attorney and author who served as the First Lady of the United States from 2009 to 2017, being married to Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. Raised on the South Side of Chicago, Obama is a graduate of Princeton University and Harvard Law School. Born January 17, 1964, age 61 years, Chicago, Illinois, United States. Spouse, Barack Obama, M. 1992. Children Malia and Obama, Sasha Obama. Height 1.8 meters. Education, Harvard Law School, 1988. See more. Parents Marion Robinson, Fraser C. Robinson III. Michelle Obama, net worth $70 million. Career. Following law school, Obama became an associate at the Chicago office of the law firm Sidley & Austin, where she met her future husband Barack. At the firm, she worked on marketing and intellectual property law. She continues to hold her law license, but as she no longer needs it for her work, she has kept it on a voluntary inactive status since 1993. In 1991, she held public sector positions in the Chicago city government as an assistant to the mayor and as the Assistant Commissioner of Planning and Development. In 1993, she became Executive Director for the Chicago Office of Public Allies, a nonprofit organization encouraging young people to work on social issues in nonprofit groups and government agencies. She worked there nearly 4 years and set fundraising records for the organization that stood 12 years after she had left. Obama later said she had never been happier in her life prior to working to build Public Allies. In 1996, Obama served as the Associate Dean of Student Services at the University of Chicago, where she developed the university's Community Service Center. In 2002, she began working for the University of Chicago Hospitals, first as Executive Director for Community Affairs and, beginning May 2005, as Vice President for Community and External Affairs. She continued to hold the University of Chicago Hospitals position during the primary campaign of 2008, but cut back to part-time in order to spend time with her daughters as well as work for her husband's election. She subsequently took a leave of absence from her job. According to the couple's 2006 income tax return, her salary was $273,618 from the University of Chicago Hospitals, while her husband had a salary of $157,082 from the United States Senate. The Obama's total income was $991,296, which included $51,200 that she earned as a member of the board of directors of Treehouse Foods and investments and royalties from his books. Obama served as a salaried board member of Treehouse Foods Incorporated NYSE, THS, a major Walmart supplier from shortly after her husband was seated in the Senate until she cut ties shortly after her husband announced his candidacy for the presidency. He criticized Walmart labor policies at an AFL-CIO forum in Trenton, New Jersey, on May 14, 2007. She also served on the board of directors of the Chicago Council on Global Affairs. In 2021, the former First Lady announced that she has been moving toward retirement. Though she continues to be active in political campaigns, the former First Lady has said she is reducing the amount of work to spend more time with her husband, family and education, early life and ancestry. Michelle LaVaughn Robinson was born on January 17, 1964, in Chicago, Illinois, to Fraser Robinson III, 1935 to 1991, a city water plan employee and Democratic precinct captain, and Marion Shields Robinson, 1937 to 2024, a secretary at Spiegel's catalog store. Her mother was a full-time homemaker until Michelle entered high school. The Robinson and Shields families trace their roots to pre-Civil War African Americans in the American South. On her father's side, she is descended from the Gullah people of South Carolina's Lowcountry region. Her paternal great-great-grandfather, Jim Robinson, was born into slavery in 1850 on Friendfield Plantation, near Georgetown, South Carolina. He became a freedman at the age of 15 after the war. Some of Obama's paternal family still reside in the Georgetown area. Her grandfather, Fraser Robinson Jr., built his own house in South Carolina. He and his wife LaVaughn, née Johnson, returned to the Lowcountry from Chicago after retirement. Among her maternal ancestors was her great-great-great-grandmother, Melvinia Dozie Shields, born into slavery in South Carolina but sold to Henry Walls Shields, who had a 200-acre farm in Clayton County, Georgia, near Atlanta. Melvinia's first son, Adolphus T. Shields, was biracial and born into slavery around 1860. Based on DNA and other evidence, in 2012, researchers said his father was likely 20-year-old Charles Marion Shields, son of Melvinia's master. They may have had a continuing relationship, as she had 2 more mixed-race children and lived near Shields after emancipation. Taking his surname, she later changed her surname. As was often the case, Melvinia did not talk to relatives about Dolphus's father. Dolphus Shields, with his wife Alice, moved to Birmingham, Alabama, after the Civil War. They were great-great-grandparents of Robinson, whose grandparents had moved to Chicago. Other of their children's lines migrated to Cleveland, Ohio, in the 20th century. All 4 of Robinson's grandparents had multiracial ancestors, reflecting the complex history of the United States. Her extended family has said that people did not talk about the era of slavery when they were growing up. Her distant ancestry includes Irish, English, and Native American roots. Among her contemporary extended family is Rabbi Capers Funai, her first cousin once removed. Funai, born in Georgetown, South Carolina, and about 12 years older than Michelle, is the son of her paternal grandfather's sister and her husband. He converted to Judaism after college. Robinson's childhood home was on the upper floor of 7436 South Euclid Avenue in Chicago's South Shore community area, which her parents rented from her great-aunt, who had the first floor. She was raised in what she describes as a conventional home, with the mother at home, the father works, you have dinner around the table. Her elementary school was down the street. She and her family enjoyed playing games such as Monopoly, reading, and frequently saw extended family on both sides. She played piano, learning from her great-aunt, who was a piano teacher. The Robinsons attended services at nearby South Shore United Methodist Church. They used to vacation in a rustic cabin in White Cloud, Michigan. She and her 21-month older brother, Craig, skipped the 2nd grade.